Hey ForexMilitia, this is Parsival, and I am coming to you from base camp. Hey, it's my shtick. Alright, this next week coming up, we have large, big, impactful, heavy duty news coming out. We have just about everything this week. We got this next coming week, the Aussie cash rate, the unemployment from the Kiwi, the dollar, FOMC rate decision. We have the rate decision from the pound. We have unemployment from the CAD and the non-farm payroll on Friday. This is the news. This is intense. So be careful. Be really careful because the markets every daggone it day will swing the Aussie, the Kiwi, the dollar, the pound, and the dollar again, and the loonie. So they're just about all in it. The only one that's not in there is the Swissy and the yen. All right. So let's just be careful. All right. So let's go on over to the charts and do the weekly outlook for the the 31st, Halloween, and to the uh, third, what is it? The fifth, to the fifth. All right, I got it. To the fifth. Okay. So right here we have the dollar. The dollar looks like it's consolidating right around here. It's not. It had a little rally going into the end of the week, but it's still pretty much consolidating. It's looking like it's being going to be bullish. The S&P 500 broke through the old highs over here, and now it is looking to uh, run into my take profit up here at 40. What is it? 46. 46.89. Okay. Usually I don't put that up there. Let me take that down. But around 4600. 46.89. Okay. And on gold, we have it's still consolidating. As you can see, it's still within this wedge, and it is consolidating. So I do still have a bearish outlook on gold. So I'm gonna call it bearish, and it's still hitting this area over here, staying right above 1750. So that is still bearish on my bias. The sentiment is also short also. Bitcoin broke out. It's still actually this week it actually stayed within the range, so it didn't really break any higher. But I still have take profits at 73 and 91. So I believe it's going to be bullish, even though the sentiment over here says bearish. Oil. Oil hit a I'm going to put that on here because I like to have that there. And it is a monthly. And parameters, let's make that at 84. It hit a monthly resistance right up here at 8400. And now I believe it's going to basically coil around this line or bump up against it, but I believe there's going to be some bearishness in oil, even though there's been so much uh, uh, rallying power, bullish power. There's divergence coming in. One, two, and now there's a third one. So it hit this here, and then it hit here around 74. Around 74 is also a it was a resistance, now it's support. So 74 was actually in there. Alright, and so it just blew past there and it hit the 84. Alright, so let's go on to the loonie. The loonie basically I'm still looking for it to hit my target down here, and I'm still bearish on it. So I believe going into this week, it's going to fall down to this area once again at 2200. So bearish sentiment and bearish bias. The euro actually tested this trend line, and it popped up and then it popped back down. And I did put on a trade that was that's on TradingView that I entered going short. It was part of a Trademiner trade, and so it's in the green right now. It was in the red because after the ECB came out, it rallied, and then on Friday, there was a huge bar, a huge screw you bar going down for anybody who was long. So there you go. All right. So the pound dollar on the weekly is looking very short. We're getting this lower low, lower close off of a doji candle, and this 3-bar setup is very, very bearish. Yeah. So I'm going to say my bias on this is bearish with the sentiment neutral. The pound yen. Let me take that. Let me clean this up a little bit. Take that off. Well, first let me. Okay, so what I believe here is that it is going to come down to the 50, the 618, around this area, right in this area, and then it's going to pop back up. Now, it did something that I believe that was right. This is on the daily. I'm going to take it up to the weekly time frame, but it's testing this trend line right here. On the higher time frame, you can see it's just testing this. It's just in there, right? But on the lower time frame, it's basically going to come back in and probably hit this 100 and pop back up into the wedge and go long. So the sentiment is long, but I do believe that it is going to retrace some before it actually continues its move long. I mean, really what it could do, because if it's a very strong trend, it could wick the 38.2 and then pop back up and then continue long. So that's a possibility also. On the dollar yen, I believe the same thing. I believe the yen is going to be strong, and we're going to see some retracement going back into the it's going to test this. Whoops, let's make sure we get that right. It's going to test that line. Let me use a Fibonacci here to see where that would be, and that would be at the that would be a 50% retracement right in the zone. Very nice. So 50% retracement back down to here, which is 111.70, and then a pop up to go long. So a retracement and then long, and the sentiment is long. On the pound, on the euro pound, we have This plotted market cycle has this going short, and right now it's coiling around this trend line, which is showing some divergence. But what it did was, on my stochastic, it broke through. So there could be there definitely could be some continued short activity going down into here. 83.75, and that's probably where it'll probably stop. Even though I have this here, I have an alert at 83.33. Okay, so that's on the euro pound, and on the Aussie Kiwi, it hit the area here at 50.61, and then it popped back up. So that's pretty interesting. This week we had last week we had some Aussie news, and I think it was the rate decision. I forgot what it was. Unemployment, one of the two. And the news dropped, and the Aussie rallied. So it hit this area, this 50.618 zone, and it popped back up. And so what I believe it's going to basically it's going to rally into here, up to this point, and then come back down. So next week, though, as you can see, I have a market cycle plotted that is saying that this is going to go short. So we'll see exactly what happens in this zone, in this cycle. Okay. And so that is about it for my weekly outlook, and we will get on to Trademiner to see exactly what happened with the trades that I basically took using the trade ideas from Trademiner. And here we go. This is Trademiner 5.0, and we have our currency trade of the week, and it is the Swissy yen, and it starts on November the 3rd to November the 12th, and it has an 88% win rate over the last 8 years, and we've got a risk reward of 1 to 2. Okay, so this is the currency trade of the week for Forex, and for stocks, Trademiner 5.0. Oh, I did forget. And the sentiment or the direction is bullish. I did forget that. For stocks, bullish, it's a bullish call, is Paycom Software. I believe I traded this before, but why not? It was good last time. Let's do it again. All right. The win rate is 100% over the last 6 years, and it is a 1 to 1.2. All right. Now let's go to the charts and just take a look at what the currency and the stock is actually setting up. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Swissy yen, and it's already in a bullish tone, a bullish center, a bullish direction, bias, all that. All right, so let's just mark it off. So it's from November the 3rd. There we go. All right, to the 12th. The 12th. And that is here. Alright. And then on Paycom, it is the 2nd to the 8th. Just about a week. Even shorter. Look at that. Okay. Really short. About 6 days or so. Alright. So these are the trades for the week. And this is my promo of some software that I'm promoting. It can help give you some trade ideas with some high probability setups that it's coming out. I believe I suggest that you use it with technical analysis just to really see that it has even higher probability to complete for you. All right, it's not a crystal ball. It's not. It predicts using statistics, but it doesn't mean that it will be 100% this year, because there are different factors that go into play. All right, so let's go over some of the other trades that I went over, that I basically took. 5 is one, and I believe I went over that last week. 5 below. Okay, let's go and see what that one did. And I forget which direction that's supposed to go in. 5 was bearish. Okay, so 5 was bearish. So 5 was bearish. And this basically looks like it is bullish. So it's from October 19th to October 27th. So that already finished. Okay. 19th to the 27th. That was from there to the 27th. There. All right. So that one basically failed, because if you see this right here, and it closed right there, so that's actually higher. So that was a failed as far as taking it on a blind trade. Now, interesting. Let's see what the accuracy of it. That was a 100% accuracy. So there you go. That it is a trade idea. Once again, 100%. So this year, that makes this actually become like 90, 99%, 90, 90, 90% or something like that. All right, because this year in this market cycle, it was not profitable. Okay, so 5 below was not profitable in the blind trade. I would have also taken it technically, so I would have took a loss on that one. And then the next one is Citizen Financial. Let's see, Citizen Financial Group, I believe that's right. And I got this one from SeasonX, and I go there to see what the call on that was. Is it still there? It is. And the call on that was bullish. Okay. So looking at this, the dates from October 17th to December the 2nd. October 17th to December the 2nd. October 17th to December the 2nd. Okay. There's no 17th to December the 2nd. And that's right there. Alright, and that's bullish. And so far, it looks like this is at a loss right now. But it's coming down into, it looks like there's a small pullback, and there will be an area for a, basically I would have taken this trade, and then when it crosses below, when my SSL crosses below, I would basically take half off and then wait for a pullback and then load up with some more and go long, continue to trade it bullishly. So that's Citizens Financial Group, and then Infineon, which I don't know if that actually shows up on here, but I'll see. Okay, I found Infineon, and it's from October 28th to January the 25th. Okay, so October 28th to January the 5th. 25th. 25th. I don't think it goes that far. Alright, let's shorten that up. And there it is. Okay, wow, so that's a huge window. Alright, so far it is in the black, it's going good. And that is the trade from another trade from SeasonX. Okay, so that will basically just about do it. I guess I should go over some of the trades that I did take over here. On the euro, wait, that's not the one. That's okay. On the Aussie Kiwi, 10,000 shares. Right now, we are at a loss on that right now, and it's a bearish trade, but it looks like there's a pullback, and then we've got until November the 11th, and it has to basically finish below this point here at 104.57. So right now it's at 104.83, and it's been a little choppy. This is only half the position because it doesn't meet the bearish parameter of passing through my super trend. So when that passes through my super trend, that's when I'll basically take the other half of the position. So that's on there. All right, and I had a trade on for the pound Swissy that I closed out, and I closed out, close that trade with a minus 135, and a trade for 28.68. 28.68. See if I had anything else on that. So that's a minus. I believe one is a minus for my technical trade, and the other is a minus for the blind trade. So so far so good for the technical trading. Okay, all right, and then AVGO Broadcom hit one of my targets on my technical trading, and I took about $429 on a $20,000 position. So now it's down to about 15, and AVGO is still long. Okay, so I went a little long this time. I'm going to stop right there, and I'm going to say knowledge is power. Be power hungry, and power to the people. This is Parsival, signing out.